Holy means you're separate. Holy means you're special. Holy means you're set aside. We only want to be set aside in wickedness. We never want to be set aside in something good. We only want to be recognized by what the world says is good. Right. What your city says is good. What your town, what your high school. Right. All of these things will lead you to death. What leads you to life is keeping God's commandments.
Yeah,
read.
Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
Just and good. Now go back to, now that we know what good is, let's go back and teach what the aged woman should be teaching that is good. Start over. Read.
The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
Now you notice he said something about behavior. Our women, it's only the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American women that you see that always have an attitude, always have their mouth poked out, always walking forth with a stretched forth neck. These things are not good. We are royalty walking the earth. Start walking as such. And we have to learn how we should be walking, and it is all contained in the pages of this book. Read.
Not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
Not given to much wine. Why is it that we have to be drunk to have a good time? Why is it that we have to always be turning up to actually have a good time? Right. This is madness, but this is our thought process. But we're here to teach you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men and women who you are according to the Bible and what you must do in these last days. These are the last days. Christ is coming back soon. Okay? Look around. Look and see what's going on in the earth right now.
That's right.
Only you are getting killed in the street. Only you are in the projects. Only you are in the 3rd Ward, 5th Ward, projects, ghettos. That's you, and you're here for a reason. Why are you here? Get that, Deuteronomy 28 and 15. We're going to talk about why we are in these conditions. Because the problem is we have broken God's commandments. The solution is going back to keeping God's commandments. And the benefit of keeping God's commandments, you get to live forever.
Read. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Read out.
It shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
This is the voice of the Lord thy God. This Bible is God's voice. Do not turn away your ear from hearing it. Do not stand in the congregation of the dead. Right. Come into the life. Today we're teaching you how to live forever.
Teach up. To observe, to do all his commandments.
Some of his commandments.
All his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day.
His commandments are not hard to do. Such as keeping the Sabbath holy, not buying and selling on the Sabbath, not eating shrimp, crab, pork, lobster. These is going to kill you. Not having sex with every woman you see, not laying down for every man that you see. We're here to teach you God's commandments. Read.
That all these curses,
all these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man and women, you are cursed. According to the Bible, you are under curses. So the question is, how do you get from under these curses? Keep reading.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
The common denominator between you and 5th Ward, you in 3rd Ward, you in Dallas, Texas, you in Oak Cliff, no matter where you go on God's green earth, you're going to be cursed. Right. There's no outrunning these curses. There's no drinking your way out of these curses. Right. You cannot get high enough to evade these curses or escape these curses. They shall pursue you. Read.
Verse 17, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
If you have a business, I guarantee Tweed's food store over here is not black owned. I guarantee if you go in there, it's somebody that's taking their money back to their community, not giving you a dime. Sir, what is your name? Lavelle, I'm Jacob. Hey brother, what's your nationality according to the Bible? These right here are the nationalities. On the left-hand side is what God calls us. On the right-hand side is what we became when we got off of these slave ships, okay? And when we got captured by our enemies, okay? Believe it or not, we're in spiritual war right now, okay? And we're losing, okay? But guess what? God in Christ is coming back. He's raising up these men you see here, teaching God's commandments, okay? So, if what would your father be on this map right here? Judah. Do you know who else would be Judah? The greatest man that walked the earth? Huh? God? How about Christ? Get that.
That's right.
7:14. Read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
So he says evident. Evident means we have evidence. We have infallible proof that our Lord sprang out of Judah. So the word Judah, the word Jew comes from Judah. So what does that tell you? That the true black man is the Jew. Okay?
That's right.
The Jew according to the Bible. Get that in Jeremiah 14:2. Okay, so watch this, brother. I want to show you something. How special it is to have this bloodline. You're royalty, brother. You're royalty walking around, and it's unrealized. We're gonna help you realize that today. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourning.
So Judah mourning. This brother George Floyd, his mother was mourning. His family was mourning when he got put to death. You understand? And so many others like him that got put to death. Mothers are mourning. Our generation is mourning right now because we're in last place. We're on the bottom, and it's a reason for that. This is punishment, brothers. Read.
Judah mourning, and the gates thereof language.
The gates, that's the leadership. We have no leadership. Whether you talk about LeBron James, you talk about Jesse Jackson, Cornell West, all of these people, they're not teaching us how to live. You know what I'm saying? They're not teaching us what's going to prosper our community. They've been teaching this same stuff for over 40, 50, 60 years, 100 years, and we're still in the same predicament. Read.
They are black.
They are what?
They are black. And to the ground.
You standing on the ground right now. The deeper you dark, what color is that dirt going to be, brother? Oh, so it says Jews are black. That's what we just read right here, brother. The Jews are black, okay? So let me show you some other famous Jews that was black, okay? Get Solomon, man. Solomon 1:5. Watch this, brother. We're going to show you some black Jews, and guess what? Christ came from that bloodline, okay? So all the Jews you see, this is your black and brown history right here, the Bible, okay? So don't ever walk around and ever assume that this right here, the churches teach and organized religion, Catholicism, all the religion has ever taught us is white supremacy. But as we wake up in these last days, the Bible is reconnecting us to our nationality and what it is we're supposed to be doing as this nationality. Okay? Read.
Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black.
So Solomon said he is black. So you've been standing here about 2 minutes and you've been hearing about Judah. So my question to you now is Q&A time. What color are the Jews? You're on. The Jews are black. Okay.
That's right.
So if the Jews are black, who does the world recognize this man as right here? Jesus Christ. You said it without a second thought. But does Jesus Christ look like this in the Bible? According to what we just read. So where do you find, if you was a betting man, you had to jump out on a limb right now and just say Jesus Christ's description would be where? Where would you find Christ's description? This is a sign right here. It doesn't tell Christ's description. Where would you find Christ's description is the question. In the scriptures. Absolutely right, brother.
That's
We're going to find Christ's description, and we're going to see who you said the world knows is Jesus Christ. We're going to play a game of baseball. 3 strikes, you're out, okay? We're going to see if this man strikes out, okay? All right. Book of Revelation, 1:1. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
It says the revelation. The word reveal is in Revelation, so it means to reveal something, okay? Read.
Which God gave unto him, to show unto his servant things which must shortly come to pass.
Things which must shortly come to pass. Jump down to 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Okay, so the Bible just revealed that Christ's head and his hairs were white like wool. White is a color, wool is a texture. Okay, so when you look in the earth, who has woolly hair right now? Black people has woolly hair. Great answer, brother.
That's right.
Black people do have woolly hair. Next, and white. So does this guy have woolly hair? That's strike 1. Is it white? That's strike 2. Okay, keep going. Read.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now, that's not something scary or, you know, not like X-Men or Cyclops or nothing like that. This says eyes, when you drink wine or when you wake early in the morning, what happens to your eyes? the whites are red, right? Especially when you drink a lot, right? Okay, the capillaries, they get inflamed and it turns red. So when you go back to Genesis, it tells you, Genesis 49, Moses prophesied Christ would have red eyes because he would drink wine, okay? So Christ's first miracle was turning water into what? Wine. Okay, so you know that story. So we finished it. Go ahead, get that again.
Verse 15?
Yep.
Verse 15, and his feet like unto fine black.
Now right now you got on Chuck Taylors, but if you took your shoes off, your feet, the top of them would be what color? Black or brown, the color that you are, right?
Right.
So this is describing feet, Christ's feet right here, and it said his feet were what?
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Brass. What color is brass? It's brown, like a penny, right? Okay. So it says his feet were brown. Does this man, would it look, if he took his sandals off, would he have brown feet? Absolutely, it may be pink. Right. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So we probably in strike 5 right now with this guy right here, okay? So it says, if they burn in the furnace, you take a white paper plate, rice, toast, anything, and burn it, what color will it be? It's going to be black.
That's right.
So we started off initially talking about the Jews are black, right? Okay, Christ is a Jew, okay? You are a Jew, brother. You're from the tribe of Judah, okay? But now that you know that you're from the tribe of Judah, what must you do? What you should be doing something. Now that you know your true nationality, you're not black, you're not African American.
Right.
Get me what he must do, okay? Because Deuteronomy 10. So there's something you must be doing right now, okay? Because our condition is directly related to what we're doing right now. So we can correct our situation by doing these simple things right here. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
We got requirements, Israel. Read.
But to fear the Lord.
To fear the Lord. Now the fear of the Lord is keeping his commandments, believe it or not. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways.
And that's, you know what, really rewinding that, give me fear, because fear, black people don't fear anything. We're the most fearless people on earth, right? You tell that the only thing they fear is when they see red and blue lights behind them. That's the only thing black people fear. We don't fear each other. We don't fear nothing. We don't fear our parents. We don't fear leadership. Okay? We're rebellious. We're the most rebellious people on earth.
Psalms 119, 120.
119 to 20. Read.
120.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 120. My flesh trembleth for fear of thee.
So we're supposed to be scared of the Most High God and scared of Christ. We're supposed to be scared of the Lord. We don't fear the Lord. There's no fear of the Lord in us. And you can tell by what it is we do. We'll go out and tell people, hey, the scriptures say you shouldn't eat pork. Well, my pastor said it's okay. Well, the scriptures say you should serve on Saturday and not Sunday. Well, my pastor said it's okay. Well, guess what? You know, sister, you should be wearing pants. You should be wearing a dress and not pants. Well, guess what? You know, pants, I look better, I feel better in pants. So we go off our own understanding and not off the understanding of the scriptures.
Right.
So our fear, we must learn to fear the Most High God who killed everybody on earth. Now understand who this God is. He drowned the whole earth at one point in time. Remember Noah?
Right.
Okay, and he's coming back to set the whole earth on fire again.
Right.
You understand? So we gotta understand that the same God that sent you into slavery on slave ships and made you serving your enemies in a cotton field, and sugar cane field, a rice field, is the same God that's telling you what you should and should not do.
That's right.
Read that fear one more time.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 120.
Bring it out.
My flesh trembleth for fear of thee.
So he says his flesh trembleth. Read.
And I am afraid of thy judgment.
Because right now we're being judged. And these judgments we're bringing out right here in Deuteronomy. Get that. Finish. Deuteronomy 28, 15, 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
We're in the fields, okay? And we curse in every city in America. No matter where you go on God's green earth, you're going to see us in curses. Jump to verse 45, okay? Watch this.
Verse 45.
Read.
Moreover, all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee.
Read. That sounds like a lot of bad news I'm bringing out, right? There's some good news coming, brother. Watch. Read.
And overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So, because we didn't listen to his commandments, these things are going to happen to you is what the scriptures are saying. Okay? Jump to verse 48. Read.
Right there.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Hey, what's your name again, brother? Lavelle. He says, therefore, this is another curse. He says, you will serve your enemies. How are we serving our enemies today? Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Whoa. So look, we got a God problem. We got a God problem. We don't got a man problem. We got a white man problem. We don't got a Chinese man problem. We got an Arab. We got a God problem because we in what we call sin. We break his commandments. Read.
And hunger.
So if you want to go buy that peach soda you just bought, you got to buy it for your enemy because you don't make that. Your people don't make that nor manufacture that. Read.
And in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So it says, what you wear, the clothes on your back, you got to go to this man and get them. This is the Most High God who put this curse over you, okay? Now I'm going to go get the granddaddy of the curses, 68.
Read out.
So it says right here, we got over here how? 400 years ago, 500 years ago, 1619, how did we go over here? On a boat. Watch this, read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, if you look at a dollar bill, you're going to see a pyramid on it, okay? That's a representation of Egypt, because the pyramids are in Egypt, okay? So it says, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt on what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
So I'm going to put you back into slavery because we served the Israelites. They went into Egypt to serve slavery, and they walked out of Egypt. So he says, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt on ships. We got over here on ships. Read.
By the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt not see it no more again.
Your homeland, Jerusalem, you won't see that no more again unless you got a passport. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So when you get off of these ships, you're going to be do what? You're going to what?
Be sold unto your enemies.
So Lavelle, you're going to be sold to your enemies when you get off of these ships. Who did this happen to? Did it happen to these people on this sign right here? Yeah, you better believe it, brother. So I'm gonna bring up the next teacher right here. He's gonna keep going over. He's gonna bring out the good news, okay? Because I just showed you some bad news so that you can understand who you were in the Bible, and this didn't happen to nobody else, okay? But there is good news now that you know this. You know that this applies to you, okay? So now you know your identity. But the good news is on the way. Next teacher, come up and edify. Okay, so I'm gonna keep teaching, brother. So guess what? So give me Isaiah 14. Watch this, brother. Here's some good news for you, okay? Some really good news, okay? Isaiah 14, because you start at verse 1. Watch this, brother. So right now, when we go back to keeping God's commandments, we're gonna get this everlasting life. Hold that and get me Revelation 22:14 and come back and read that. Do some power reading.
Wake them up.
Watch this, brother.
That's right.
Watch this.
Revelation chapter 22 verse 14.
Read out.
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
So it says, blessed are they that do his commandments. So we get this blessing when we do his commandments. Okay, this is conditional. Read.
That they may have right to the tree of life.
The tree of life is what we lost in the Garden of Eden. Okay, so we're going to get this again. We're going to get the kingdom again when we do what God said do, which is keeping his commandments. See on that? Read.
And may enter in through the gates into the city.
So we're going to enter into this city. Let's look at what this city looks like right here, brother. Read. Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
We're looking for that mercy. We're looking for that salvation, okay? This is getting saved from the hand of your enemies, like Luke 1:68 says. This is the salvation we're looking for. Read.
And will yet choose Israel.
So we're going to be chosen again. We were chosen in the beginning. We're going to be chosen again. Right now, it don't look like we much, but believe it or not, we're the gods walking the earth right now.
That's right.
And set them. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
So we're not in our own land right now. We got shipped over here and dropped off, right? And then put to work. So our own land is where we came from, which is Jerusalem. Read.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
And the strangers shall be joined with them. Read.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
So he says the people going to take the strangers and bring them to their place like a real estate agent. Okay, read.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
So he says, and guess what? We're going to possess those people. Read.
For servants and handmaids.
Right. We served in the cotton fields. Guess what? The Most High is just. What comes around goes around. Faster than it went around. Watch this.
And they shall take them captive.
They should do what?
And shall take them captive who captives they were.
And that's good news, brother. I'm going to bring out Matthew 26:6 right here. Okay, because watch this, brother. Here's a commandment that we read this. That was some good news, okay? Once we keep God's commandments, he's going to restore us. He's going to choose us again. He's going to return us to our rightful state. We're going to have dominion over the earth again. Okay, right now we're in a state of servitude. We're going to wave that state bye-bye, okay? Read.
Matthew chapter 26 and verse 6.
Check this out, brother.
Now when Jesus was in...
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.